What happens when the man who was always the provider suddenly isn't? When the roles reverse and resentment takes root? This is the story of Daniel Carter, a man broken by unemployment, hardened by silence, reshaped by fatherhood, and ultimately redeemed by grace. It's not a tale of revenge, not a story of easy fixes. It's about the quiet battles fought in laundry rooms and school drop-offs, and the courage it takes to forgive, even when you're the one who succeeded. Welcome to The Weight of Silence. Daniel Carter had worked at the same insurance firm for 12 years. Steady, reliable. The kind of man who wore pressed shirts even on weekends, just in case someone from the office called. He was proud, not boastful but quietly confident, that he provided for his wife Elisa and their 6-year-old daughter Ellie. Then came the Friday afternoon meeting. Restructuring, they called it, market realignment. Corporate euphemisms for "you're fired." He walked out with a cardboard box, his nameplate tucked inside like a forgotten trophy. He didn't cry, not then. He drove home in silence, rehearsing how he'd break the news gently. Lisa was chopping vegetables when he walked in. She didn't look up. "Hey," he said. "Hey," she replied. "Ellie's in her room." "Dinner's in 20. He set the box down, took a breath. "I lost my job today." The knife stopped mid-chop. She turned. Her eyes, cold, sharp, scanned him. "How?" "They're downsizing." She scoffed. 12 years and they just let you go? Did you even fight for it?" "No, it was final." She turned back to the cutting board. "Well, I guess that's that." That night she didn't touch him, didn't ask how he felt, just lay on her side of the bed, scrolling through her phone, her job as a pharmaceutical sales rep untouched, her commissions rising. Weeks passed, resumes sent, interviews ghosted, temp jobs turned him down. Overqualified, they said. Daniel swallowed his pride, applied to retail, to delivery apps, to warehouse gigs. Lisa's resentment grew louder. "You're just sitting around," she snapped one morning as he poured cereal for Ellie. "I'm the one paying the mortgage." The car note. Ellie's dance class. "I'm trying, Lisa." Trying isn't paying the bills. She started coming home later, bringing takeout she didn't share, talking about networking dinners with colleagues, male colleagues, she emphasised. Daniel cleaned, he vacuumed, folded laundry, took Ellie to school, picked her up, helped with homework, cooked dinners Lisa barely touched. He learned to braid Ellie's hair, to soothe her nightmares, to pack lunches with little notes. "Daddy loves you." One night, after Ellie was asleep, Lisa stood in the kitchen, arms crossed. "You know, my boss asked me why I'm so stressed. I told him, because my husband doesn't work. He said, maybe you need a real partner." Daniel didn't respond. He just wiped the counter again and again. 6 months in, Daniel got a call. A former client, someone he'd helped through a messy claim years ago, had started a boutique risk assessment firm. He remembered Daniel's diligence, his calm under pressure. "We need someone like you," the man said. "Salaries 20% above your last, equity, remote flexibility." Daniel cried in the bathroom. He told Lisa that night. She was painting her nails. "That's good," she said flatly. "When do you start?" "Monday," she nodded. "Don't screw it up." The job was everything he'd hoped for, and more. He thrived, solved complex cases, got promoted within 3 months, brought home his first paycheck, and paid off their credit card debt without telling her. Lisa noticed. The tension didn't vanish, but it shifted. She came home earlier, asked how his day was, started leaving her shoes by the door instead of kicking them off in the hallway. One evening, she found him reading to Ellie. She lingered in the doorway watching. Later, she handed him a beer. "You're good with her," she said quietly. "Better than I am sometimes." He nodded, didn't say anything. Months passed. Daniel's confidence returned. He bought Ellie a bike, took Lisa out to dinner, just the two of them for the first time in over a year. She wore the dress he loved, the blue one. Halfway through the appetizer, she put her fork down. "I was cruel to you," she said. "When you lost your job, I took it out on you, like your failure was personal, like you stopped being enough." Daniel looked at her, waited. "I was scared," she whispered, "terrified I'd be stuck doing everything forever. That we'd drown, and instead of leaning on you, I pushed you away. I made you feel small, and you just kept showing up, for Ellie, for me, even when I didn't deserve it." Her eyes glistened. "I'm sorry, Daniel. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I needed you to know I see it now." He took a slow sip of wine, looked out the window, watched a couple walk by, holding hands. "I spent months feeling like a ghost in my own house," he said finally. "Like I didn't matter unless I had a paycheck. You made me feel disposable." She flinched. "But," he continued, "you were scared, and I didn't know how to tell you I was scared too. I just folded into myself, let you take the wheel. Maybe we both failed each other." He reached across the table, took her hand. "I'm not the same man I was before I lost my job. And you're not the same woman. Maybe that's okay. Maybe we can be better now." She squeezed his hand. Tears fell. "I want that," she said. "I really do." A year later, Daniel stood in the kitchen making pancakes, Ellie's Saturday morning request. Lisa walked in, wrapped her arms around him from behind, and rested her chin on his shoulder. "Smells amazing," she murmured. He smiled. "Your turn next weekend," she laughed. "Deal." Ellie ran in, pajamas mismatched, hair wild. "Daddy, did you put chocolate chips in them?" "Maybe," he winked. Lisa poured coffee, sat at the table, watched them. Later, as they cleaned up together, she paused. "Remember when you used to wear suits every day?" she asked. "Yeah, I liked those, but I like this more." He turned. "What, me in an apron?" She smiled. "You, present, here, not trying to be the hero, just being ours." He kissed her forehead. "I'm not going anywhere." And for the first time in a long time, they both believed it. Sometimes the deepest wounds aren't from losing a job, but from losing yourself in someone else's disappointment. And sometimes forgiveness isn't instant. It's built in silence, in pancakes, in braided hair, in shared dish towels, one ordinary moment at a time. If Daniel's journey touched you, if it reminded you that love isn't measured in paychecks, but in presence, then don't let this story end here. Like this video, because stories like this deserve to be seen. Share it with someone who's walking through their own silence. They might need to know they're not alone. And subscribe, because every week we bring you real, raw, redemptive stories that honor the quiet heroes among us. You never know whose life might change, because you hit share. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stay.